on, guys? My name is Keedah. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Uh, just real quick, I am so sorry about my voice. I am sicker than a dog right now. Like, it's bad. This is the worst I've been sick in a while. Just, I can't hold anything down. I had a decent fever yesterday. I think I broke my fever this morning, but I still feel like dog shit, man. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like ass. Um, so just real quick, just right before the year ends, I kind of want to be transparent with you guys. Keedah F, this channel here, I'm breaking channel up into 3 different categories. So this will be the last like reaction type video on this channel, and it'll be my first like reaction type video on Keedah Reacts. And then my gaming like walkthroughs, let's plays, all that stuff will be on Keedah Let's Plays. And Keedah F, this channel right here, is kind of going to be like the miscellaneous channel. It's probably going to be a mix of kind of not necessarily reactions, but tier lists I want to do on here. If I do IRL content, I want it on here. And if I play like a horror game, if it's a compilation or anything like that, it'll be on this channel as well. I just want to break up like the channels, you know what I mean? Just so, you know, I can produce more content and get content out there, because I noticed that if I produce more videos, multiple videos in 24 hours, I'll notice a huge drop in views. You know, my first video will get like 200 or 300 views, and then the next video get like 18. And I don't know if people don't want to watch that, or if it's not hitting their notification feed, or if it's just YouTube only promotes one of your videos every 24 hours. I don't know. I have no clue. But just to be safe, I'm gonna be uploading here, Keedah Reacts, and Keedah Let's Plays. And then this channel, like I said, woody wood whoop. The video that I'm ending this channel on, or ending the reactions of this channel on, is how Kendrick Lamar just ended Drake's rap career for good. I mean, to be honest with you, there we go. Oh, wrong one. There we go. To be honest with you, Fantastic Hip Hop, like, I feel like he kind of clickbait, bro. Like, I be watching his videos when I'm at work, or when I'm like decently bored and I ain't got nothing to do. I just feel like this dude's so cap. Like, I don't know. Some of his stuff is super clickbaity, but we gonna watch this video and see what he says. I appreciate all the love and support I get, and I hope y'all kind of see my vision of what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I'm also live every once in a while on Twitch. I want to be more consistent on there too. That'll be www.twitch.tv/Keedah. Yeah, twitch.tv/Keedah. I'll drop that in the description down below, and I'll see you guys there, hopefully. Hey, make sure you tell someone you love them. Peace and love, baby. Let's watch it.
Now, when it comes to Drake in this moment, well, there has been so much conversation about where his crash out and what his downfall is meaning at this point, as we are about to enter a new year, and Drake is leaning further into things that are just anti-hip-hop in every way possible. Even with all of this said,
This dude's
Drake
got a
is
dog
way
shit
more
mic.
interested in hanging out with streamers than he is with rappers. He is still pretending to care about his music career, because over everything else, Drake still has a confirmed album with his fellow OVO member Party Next Door releasing. But now, with this said, during Drake's Drizmas event, between all the other humiliating moments that showed us that he is not over the Kendrick Lamar beef one bit, Drake also said that his collab album with P&D was ready to release on December 6th, but for some reason did not. And while when Drake was talking about this, he made it act like the main motive in doing this was to perfect the project and to overall have it have a greater release. With the recent work ethic Drake has been showing he has, I think we all know that that's a clear and bold-faced lie. And even further than that, when we look at why Drake would move his release date when it comes to putting this out into the world, we can also figure out that because of none other than Kendrick Lamar and his album GNX. With all the success that record's been having, it made Drake...
He's scared, bro. Drake, he's scared shitless, bro, because he drops an album, no one's gonna buy that shit. No one's gonna listen to that shit. The only like people that will listen to that shit are like the ones that are like still instigating this beef. Like Fantastic Hip Hop, oh my bro, he's gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have the album like this, bro. He's gonna be locking in on that album. You know what I mean? He wants all the drama. He wants all that.
More scared to step into music's biggest arena than he ever has been.
Like, it's blown out, bro. Like, the beef is over. Kendrick won. He's dropping bangers. He's taking over the rap game. Like, sorry, Drake. Move on. Move on, bro. Move on. You lost, bro. Take your L. Take a nice little vacation. You know, go to Hawaii or some, some big ass Panama, wherever the fuck, a nice, nice little island, and have a nice vacation, bro. Cause he mopped the floor with you, bro. He
And
really
now,
mopped the floor
beyond
with
Kendrick
you.
Lamar putting an album out right before Drake was going to, even beyond its initial release and first few weeks, the impact this album is having on the entire industry is putting Drake in a position where releasing his new album is bound to destroy whatever is left of his legacy. And now, before we get any further into why this is, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Drake, despite him trying to deceive all of us by saying that this record he is coming out next is one of the projects he is the most proud of in his entire career and that he can't wait to put it out, I mean, we all know this is not the truth, because aside from Drake just
Unless it's like, then again, bro, like when it comes to Drake, like you kind of want hard, like when he goes hard like back to back, that shit was fire. When it comes to big rings, that shit's fire. When Drake's like in that kind of mood, like I could see it. But if he's singing to the girls, bro, like singing to the girls, nah, we good, bro.
putting
Miss me
off
with that
actually
album.
dropping and doing anything to build hype for the album properly beyond saying a few words and comments here and there. If Drake really believed this record was going to do anything to save his career, and knowing the way he has made moves in the past, he would have dropped it against any
Was that Kawhi Leonard? That was Kawhi Leonard, huh?
saying a few words and comments here and there. If Drake really
Funny note, Kawhi Leonard, he went to King High School. I went to Citrus Hill. So we're like basically across the street from each other. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
was going to do anything
But he's
to
way,
save his
way,
career,
way older than me. He's way older than me.
and knowing the way he has
I was
made
nowhere
moves in the
near
past,
that
he would have
area
dropped
when he
it
was there,
against
though.
any artist on the schedule,
It's
even
crazy to think
including
about.
Kendrick Lamar and GNX, if he actually believed that when going album against album, his songs could outshine an album.
Same thing with Tyron Smith. I went to Tyron Smith school too, Rancho Verde High School. I think he's a guard or a tackle, or used to be a guard or tackle for the Cowboys. If you're a Cowboys fan, you probably know him, but he went to Rancho Verde High School, just out here in Reno Valley. Yeah, I went to Rancho too. It's a good school.
Was on Kendrick's project. But now with Drake backing down from even wanting to mess with Kendrick during what would have been going into GNX's third week of tracking, which now considering that GNX had the most successful album release this year when it comes to records that were just released on streaming and did not have singles or physical albums put out in stores and ready to ship, and just capturing how successful that was with the record having all of its songs charting in the third week, which is the first album of all time to ever do that. Overall, Drake being scared seems like it was the right choice for him, because he knew that if he put out a record during any time while Kendrick was still dominating the charts in a way where he was literally setting records, it would have been seen as a desperate move and something that was only solidifying the type of win Kendrick.
The only way that I see like Drake kind of get back at Kendrick is as soon as Kendrick dropped, Drake dropped. Then it was like, all right, put your money where your mouth is. Let's see who wins. Let's see what happens. But Drake wasn't like that.
Has had over him in not just their back and forth, but in hip hop and the music industry as a whole. And with Drake making this album a collab with Party Next Door, and with the purpose of not just being a comeback album from everything Drake has been through, but also for him to lean into his city's roots more than he ever has on one project, Drake now running and trying to lean into what his city stands for musically after Kendrick won the beef, with one of the main points being that he runs everywhere but where he's from, overall would have just been a terrible look. But now what's so genius about this situation, whether it was intended on Kendrick's end by putting it out in this time or not, is that with Kendrick dropping GNX right in the end of November and having its success dominate the rest of the music world for the entirety of 2024 and seemingly for the beginning of next year, he hasn't just taken control of the charts with an entire collection of songs that has made Drake push back an entire record, but now with Drake not dropping because of Kendrick and all of this, because of the current state of his career and where the music industry is going as well. Now for Drake to be able to release this album that he is hoping will be able to give him more time until his ultimate downfall, and that will be able to give his image just a little bit of positivity in this time where he can seem to catch any sort of wins. Kendrick has now made Drake's comeback effort harder to happen than ever, and really what the lesson Drake is going to end up learning from this ultimately is that he should have actually just put work into his music career and tried to release something genuinely great as soon as Kendrick Lamar started to ruin his image like we have never seen at this point. Because where we are at now, things are getting too late. Because with this version of Drake currently, where his songs are hardly charting, his reputation has never been in a worse place, and the hype for his new music is at an all-time low. Even after GNX is finally entering weeks where it is not selling over 100,000 copies, which has taken over a month to happen, which is still historic for hip-hop. Drake couldn't drop this project at the end of the year because he would have had to go against one of the other biggest musical stars on the planet right now, and who is not just a part of Kendrick Lamar's Top Dog Entertainment label, but who's also the person who is about to go on an entire stadium tour with him in none other than SZA. And with the hype around SZA's new deluxe version of her SOS album, Lana, there being a Kendrick Lamar feature on that project, which gave him another record that has been nearing the top of the charts, and with this record just putting up massive numbers all across the board. Really, with how bad everything has been at for Drake, he didn't even want to try and compete with SZA at this point. And now, entering the new year, things are only going to get even harder for Drake, because on January 3rd, we are already getting a massive release in the rap world with Lil Baby's upcoming record, which while I don't think Drake is worried about not being able to outperform Lil Baby at this point, because he is another artist who has just lost so much hype, despite Drake being bigger than Lil Baby comfortably.
I was gonna say, Lil Baby fell off, bro. He fell off bad. I don't know what happened. I don't know if his sound got repetitive or what, but Lil Baby.
Stepping on the release of a rapper from Atlanta would not be a good look for him, as he would be seemingly ruining a moment and an album that is from a rapper and a community of other featured guests who he wants to be friends with and who he is going to need to try and get features from in the future to keep some sort of respect in hip-hop culture. But now, beyond trying to keep any of his remaining friendships in rap intact, after this, if Drake wants to drop this album in the rest of January, he will have to go against Bad Bunny, who is releasing a record on January 5th. And while Bad Bunny and Drake do have different audiences for the most part, Bad Bunny is another artist that, with how massive of a superstar he is, their albums will compete on the charts for that top spot. And with Bad Bunny's level of stardom only staying the same, and while Drake's has been going way down, this is going to be another week that, just like with Kendrick and with SZA, Drake is just straight up scared from entirely. And then after all of the hype from this project, towards the end of the month, Drake is going to have to compete with one of the only artists on the planet who can do entire stadium tours anywhere in the world, and who is about to release what is set up to be their final album in none other than The Weeknd. And now with him, beyond being a musical...
My bad, y'all. I'm back. Where were we at? We were somewhere over here.
With Lil Baby's upcoming record, which, well...
Sorry about that, guys. My mom came over. Like I said, I'm house sitting right now, and I didn't answer my phone, and I'm really sick, so she came over. She made sure I was all good. But Keedah alright. Keedah always alright.
I don't think Drake is worried about not being able to outperform Lil Baby at this point, because he is another artist who has just lost so much hype, despite Drake being bigger than Lil Baby comfortably. Him stepping on the release of a rapper from Atlanta would not be a good look for him, as he would be seemingly ruining a moment and an album that is from a rapper and a community of other featured guests who he wants to be friends with and who he is going to need to try and get features from in the future to keep some sort of respect in hip-hop culture. But now, beyond trying to keep any of his remaining friendships in rap intact, after this, if...
Damn it. Hello?
Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, Mom.
I just want to see if your phone works now.
Oh, yeah, it's working.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm almost home.
All right, Mama. Thank you.
Okay. If you need anything, let me know, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you, Mama.
And I'll go tomorrow and get you Dayquil and orange juice.
Okay, thanks, Mom.
Love you.
I love you, too.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Mom. Mama Keedah, the GOAT. The GOAT.
If Drake wants to drop this album in the rest of January, he will have to go against Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I remember this shit. So it was over here.
For that top spot. And with Bad Bunny's level of all of the hype from this project, towards the end of the month, Drake and The Weeknd, and now with him, went down this year already. And so because of this, they'll never be higher than in this moment for Drake. And since they are both from the same place as well, this head-to-head would be even more personal and intense. And if Drake were to lose at this point, where he has already never been in a worse place entirely, taking an L to The Weeknd would just be the end of his career in so many ways, because beyond losing his credibility as a rapper and an MC, he will definitively no longer be seen as the king of the place he is from. And as after this, then the Grammys are coming up, and Kendrick may end up sweeping the awards, which will be another major moment, and then of course the Super Bowl will be happening, and we still don't know what else Kendrick Lamar may do from here. And really, with the way things are going, if he is going to be dropping another project around this time as a whole, knowing all of this, and then knowing once Kendrick Lamar performs Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, it will solidify this downfall for Drake like we have never seen it. Altogether, Drake's own fear of Kendrick and inability to garner any sort of hype or just put work into making an actual project of significance has now put his career where it's facing a point where, unless he can create a massive moment in this time where the industry has never been more competitive in terms of the totality of stars releasing music, he is going to be unable to ever win back any sort of respect and come back from the Kendrick beef for good. And so as we enter this year and see how these next few months are going to go, which are seriously going to have some of the most pivotal effects for the next decade on not just hip-hop, but all...
I think I'm gonna end it there. But just to think, if he lost to The Weeknd, because they're both from Canada, right? And I think they're both from Toronto, right? So if he lost to The Weeknd, it'd be like, you lost your hometown advantage, bro.
of music, it's going to be so pivotal to see how every single one
I'm so tired of 21 Savage, bro. He is so
of
annoying.
these album releases ends up
He
making
really
an
is
impact
so
on the
annoying.
music world, how Kendrick and SZA's momentum continues to control both hip-hop and R&B, and between all of this noise, see if Drake can do anything to even make people care about him and what he has to offer in the slightest. But now, with the way everything has already been going for Drake, him being able to stand within this league and do anything right just seems impossible, because he has given us no reason whatsoever to believe in his abilities. And even while Drake's back is against the wall, and it has never been more important for him to release something that is genuinely of quality, despite the urgency and despite the clock ticking, he really doesn't seem to care, as right within this time as the biggest stars are coming out and Drake is only getting more scared of the competition in the industry, and of course Kendrick Lamar and everything he has going on, from GNX all the way to the Super Bowl, and really all the way to the unknown at this point. Now Drake just seems to be more focused on...
This man Kendrick really snatched the Super Bowl away from Lil Wayne, bro. That's crazy.
doing things like not just trying to go after a record and Not Like Us for all the success it has had, but now also beyond just actually getting in the booth and making decent music. He is now leaning more into hanging out with streamers and doing things that just have nothing to do with hip-hop entirely. And because of all of this, and just how close we are to seeing this all-time downfall be solidified in a way like nobody else has ever had happen to them in hip-hop, things have just never seemed worse for Drake, and when we really look back at everything, the way GNX scared him from dropping this new album really just may end up being his most regrettable move ever. And so
It really did. Like, he was really scared, bro. Like, GNX fucking cooked, bro. You don't want no part of that. Because he's gonna be sitting there singing to the females, bro. That's what Drake is. He's gonna be sitting there singing to the females. Because that's Drake, bro. That's all Drake. That's all what Drake does, bro.
So now with all this said, think about Drake pushing back his album because of the success of GNX, and where do you think he is going to go from this point in his career as a whole? Do you think Drake can still outperform people like The Weeknd and Bad Bunny in first week sales? Or do you think that these guys are going to show that Drake's career is really over more than we have ever seen? Now I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you made it to this point in the video, be sure...
Alright, that's it. Like I said, bro, like, he saw GNX and he was like, nope, I don't want no part of that. Because I'm going to get fucking cooked. It's crazy. Everyone, I would say, a good chunk of, like, the hip-hop industry really turned their back on him, bro. Like, hey, he a fucking cornball. Like, everyone's kind of realizing, like, oh, this dude's a goofy. And they should have realized that 5 years ago when everybody else did. But, hey, what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Y'all have a good one. Peace and love. Let's go. Y'all have a good one. Later. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.